Welcome into Coach's Corner. Jordan Woodruff with you. Dressed for softball today at the time of this taping. We got softball regionals going on, so best of luck to the Lady Cats, or if you're watching this afterwards, hope that they had the success that we all wanted. But today we're joined by Hi-Stepper Coach Kristin Smith, and great to have you along again, Coach.
Thanks very much. Good to be here.
Well, last week you had a big week. It was homecoming week, but you also had your benefit kind of to help the steppers out with the barbecue dinner. So how did everything go?
Everything was great. We want to thank Ponca City once again for coming out and supporting us. We had a ton of people come out to the dinner, did very, very well. All of those proceeds from the dinner will go to help us out with nationals, whether it be uniforms or entry fees, anything like that. So yeah, it was a great night. It was a great fun homecoming week, and ended up with a great night.
Yeah,
so.
Only thing would have been better was Wildcats getting the win. They weren't able to do it, unfortunately. Everybody had a good time.
Yeah.
But talk about the barbecue dinner. Kind of, how long's that been going on? When did it start? Kind of, whose idea was this, and how did it all come about?
Okay. Well, honestly, the dinner has been going on forever. I was a high stepper when I was in high school, and we were doing it then.
Wow.
And actually, who catered it then was Charlie Ryan, and he had a restaurant. It was called the Taco Hut, and he catered it then. And it has. So I honestly don't know when it started.
Yeah.
But it was going on in the '80s when I was there, and I'm sure before that. And it's just kind of grown, and Head Country now caters for us, and it has turned into Head Country catering, but it's just been great. It's been a really good kind of end to the homecoming week. People can come together and eat in the cafeteria, or you can take it out if you have to get to the game, and yeah, it's just a good way to be together.
How much do you raise from this?
We normally raise, we probably I'd say between $5,000 and $6,000.
And that certainly goes a long ways in covering the expenses when you do go to nationals.
Absolutely.
I take it. And not only that, I mean, sometimes there's props, there's other things involved. So this is a big fundraiser.
It is one of our very large fundraisers, and no, it's great. Anything that we can get to offset nationals costs helps us tremendously. And like I said, we just so appreciate everything that the community does for us. They have always been so supportive and continue to be.
Yeah, and thank you everybody for supporting the Steppers with their barbecue dinner and just the Steppers in general. And that brings us to the next one. We're past kind of the halfway point of football season now. It won't be long before winter sports will get started too. I mean, and you go from, I think, one thing to maybe three things possibly a week all of a sudden.
Yes.
But talk about kind of what you're doing right now and what the team's doing to kind of, get through the rest of football, which is always very important. Those nights are special, but also kind of get ready for the winter where it's pretty much the same except maybe some more events.
Yes, yeah. We are right now finishing up choreography for last home football game. I'm teaching our last home game kick right now. We've got our palm already learned, and so that's the next to the last game, and then a high kick for the last game. So we're working on that. But then we're also working, because we'll have Panic in between there, the talent show at the high school. So we're getting that together also. And then trying to get started on some nationals routines. And then we haven't quite gotten started yet on basketball and wrestling, but we will very, very quickly. Because we do different types of routines. We're in the gym rather than on the football.
And that's kind of what... You're trying to prep for nationals. You got football going on, then you got the winter sports starting. So this is kind of here in the next couple of weeks going to be kind of the really busy time. I feel like you kind of get through your fundraiser with the homecoming dinner, but it's busy because you've got three separate things that you're kind of working on.
Oh, absolutely. It was funny because my girls came in the other day, and they were like, well, we're down to only 2 routines in our head for right now. We did have 5. And so now we're down to 2, but then we're going to go build right back up. So, yeah, it is. But the girls are really good at picking up choreography quickly and picking up different styles and doing what they need to do. So
we see that all the time, all the different styles that they do during their performances. Just to ask you as a curiosity, what are the performances, or which one is like the one that you get the best response with, like the girls have the most fun with, and which one's maybe the most rewarding for you to teach?
I would probably say the same answer to all of that, and that's probably our high kicks. I'm a high kick specialist. That was always my specialty, so that's probably my favorite thing to choreograph. That's probably my favorite thing to teach. I think it's the girls' favorite thing to do simply because the crowd loves it so much. And I really, rewarding anything is for me because I really like to see the ideas in my head play out on the field, and that's really cool.
I love the high kick. The other one that I kind of like during basketball season is when you guys do the hip hop and all the girls are wearing the jerseys from that they've gotten from their parents or of maybe another ball player that they're dating. I mean, there's all sorts of different ways, and you see all the different jerseys and teams. I always like that. The performance is great, but I always like looking at the jerseys.
Yeah,
as well.
it is. It is fun. I told my daughter, I was like, I'm getting you a Caitlin Clark jersey.
I love that. Yes, do it.
I was like, that's what you're wearing in basketball season because, girls are representing in the WNBA right now. So, yeah.
Yeah. So anything else you want to get into before we let you go today?
No, we'll just we do have another fundraiser coming up.
Okay.
We are selling butter braids, and that will start in November. So, and they'll be delivered before Christmas. Great pastry to have for Christmas breakfast or the day after Christmas when you're tired and you don't want to cook. You can just stick one of those in the oven. That's good.
So when you start this coming up here in the next weeks or so, how do they get in touch with you? If maybe they don't know a stepper per se, how do they get in touch with you to get them?
Right. All you have to do is you can either email me. My email is on the school website, or you can call the high school and they'll get a message to me, and I'll be happy to give you a call back.
Easy as that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, really appreciate it, Coach, as always. Thank you for coming in, and congratulations on having a great fundraiser for the homecoming barbecue dinner. This has been Coach's Corner. That's been Coach Kristin Smith with us, and it's been brought to you by Sonic today. Appreciate you. Appreciate Chris Adams behind the camera as well. Jordan Woodruff saying so long until next time, and go Cats.